This is an example of brushing and linking data using the MapPy GUI toolbox capabilities. So here we have some data loaded. We have 3 plots here with some variety of data. Most of these are X and Y, or combination of that plotted here. We have a secondary page which we access via the toolbar, where we can see that we have a different data. It's linked in the sense that there's the same size, and so they can be index linked, but we have 2 different variables, A versus B. The second plot at the bottom has to be manually updated from the database, and it's also A versus B. So we go back. We have 3 axes here. The top and the bottom one can be brushed. The second one is set up to be highlighted. So it's sort of when you select points using the brush tool, then it's sort of displayed in any other plot that can be brushed. So this one, but it also can be shown in other plots that can't be brushed. So if you see here, if I try and use the mouse, I can't actually select any in this one. On the secondary page, the data is also highlighted because this plot can be brushed as well. Here I can use the other capability to add extra areas to be brushed, and I can use a lasso tool to brush. So if I just do that, so I start selecting, and then I change it by using the right click to be a lasso tool. And so basically when I lasso, I just basically draw any shape that I want to select data. And then say I just left click to finish it. When we right click on these properties, then we have a number of options, pretty much the same as in the MATLAB brush capability, but we can also add a user defined function, and there's also the undo capability, which we'll show in a minute. So if I replace all these with nan, then we can see they've been removed. We have to remember manually update this plot. This is again just to show the difference between data linked and not linked. So we go back to the primary page, then we can see all the data that was selected has been brushed out. When you've brushed one set of data, you can continue to brush more. Again, we just select in different axis, we replace with nan. And so we just, again, that is removed from all the plots. Now we can also pause brushing. This allows you to do other things with the axis depending on what it is. For example, this is using the zoom in capability of y-axis. We can left click and right click to set min and max, and then middle click to set the reset the auto scale. So this gives you a way you can look in, zoom in on some data, turn brushing back on. And so say we want to brush these data here, then I can right click and replace those, and then turn it off again and reset the axis. So therefore we have some more data brushed. The other capable things we have on the toolbar here is the page selection. We can save the figure to a file, we can copy to the clipboard, and the other one we have is undo, which I touched on before. So this shows that we have 3 undo steps that we can undo. So we can undo them each individually to go back to our original data if we're unhappy with the data that we brushed. You can see that this has been updated on all plots. Remember, this one here has to be updated manually.